Is everybody familiar with what restorative practice or restorative justice is supposed to do? Is that a concept that I'm seeing people shake their heads? I'll be very brief, because this is very important. This is as significant, as far as I'm concerned, as the whole peer mentoring is, because I think that, yes, we have policies, and yes, we have rules, and yes, we have consequences, some would say not strong enough, when rules are broken. But this is the problem. This is the problem that bugs me, that keeps me up at night. Because we all know that unless something changes inside of us, so I was listening to the students who were up in this corner, and they were talking about how could we create a way for the victim of bullying, for that voice to actually impact the bully. How can we do that? Now, in a perfect world, restorative justice, restorative practice is an attempt to allow the person who has hurt someone to understand what he or she has done. Not just be told what he or she has done. I'm just giving you the perfect world story here, because I believe in it. I believe in it a lot. We create an environment where the person who's done something gets it. And gets it in such a way that it stops. And more importantly, gets it in such a way that they actually become an advocate for the opposite. That's the perfect world ideal. Does it happen all the time? No, obviously. We just heard a story. Does it happen some of the time? I've got stories that say yes, that people are different because of it, that people are changed because of it. And frankly, if we don't change any person's hearts and minds around something like hurting another person, if we can't change hearts and minds, listen to what I'm saying, please, very carefully, around it being okay to hurt another person, no rule we ever create, no matter how well we provide the consequence, is going to change the behavior, because there's always going to be a time, as someone else in another group said to me, when nobody's looking, and the behavior happens again. So we need you hugely on this one. You know that there's a lot that goes on in our schools that, as I said at the beginning, adults aren't fully cognizant. We're not aware of it all the time. Some of you get very frustrated and you tell us that you've been hurt or you're in a situation that's really bad and you don't feel enough is being done. And that upsets you. And I get that. Even when I know things are attempting to be done, it may not feel like it's being done. But I'm going to leave you with this point, and this is where students helping students is the only way. Again, if people think they can hurt somebody, and it's okay, we got to figure out ways to deal with that get at the core of the problem, not just at the external, stop that, here's your consequence, go away, deal with it. If that worked, by the way, if that worked, trust me, we would do it. But we know it doesn't work. So our goal with the restorative practices is that in every one of our schools, we're creating opportunities for our students who have hurt someone or someone's to understand what he or she has done, to understand why it is that what they've done has caused harm, to listen to the person that they've harmed in order to learn from that, and we hope to do some changing. But please hear me on this. I know it's not perfect. Every single teacher in every one of our buildings that I've ever met would say they'd love to click their fingers right this minute and end it all in terms of people hurting each other. We want it done. But it's not that simple. That's why we need you. You know way more about what's going on. You know way more about what's happening away from school. You know what's happening on the weekends. You know what's happening on the computer. You know it. We need you on that front.